Welcome, Speed Gaming fans, to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Speed Gaming Live 2024 tournament match between Pickles and Beer and budgemano. My name is Stevie Knock. With me today, we have Ravioli on comms and Mecklin on tracking. Ravioli, what are we looking with these parties and blursings?
Oh, let's see. We've got a fighter with the start with crystal and plus 20 hit percent, and the red wizard starts with cube and warp, which is a fantastic spell, and black wizard starts with a bottle and doom magic, and we'll see if they recruit some other party members later in this race.
Yeah, we've been seeing a whole lot of black belts, as anyone who's been watching this tournament has seen so far. That black belt having the ability to get a slab and some heal magic, so it has self-sustain. If they find the thief, it has resist all, so effectively a ribbon, as well as the loot, which is end game item. The other end game item, the key, along with hurt all, is on that white mage. So there is not a bad pickup party member out there.
I agree with that.
Of course, whether or not they pick up party members depends on how things route out magic-wise, item-wise. They could find an early Masa and a katana and go like, yeah, I could make it work with a knight. Or, of course, the Vorpal if you're Oslato. You know,
I haven't been able. Oh, go ahead.
As I put all the blursings in, and I didn't realize it would come out completely jarbled, but oh well. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I haven't been able to follow a lot of this speed gaming tournament, but I see they start with a free tail and promoted classes. So the recruits must be pre-promotion. Is that correct?
Yes, the recruits are pre-promotion. Unless you promote before you pick them up. If you fight Bahamut and win, then the party members you can recruit will recruit as their promoted entity.
Ah, yes. And if I remember right, the black belt MDef is improved. Is that correct? Which incentivizes promotion. Yeah.
It is nerfed, actually, because default the black belt has an MDef per level of 4, with the master getting 1, which is the backwards shenanigans that is the code base of this game. But with the flags that we are running, it has been flipped so that the master gets 4 and the black belt only gets 3, which is still the highest MDef of a non-promoted party member. But it does mean you want to promote if you want to grind that black belt out, or promote pre-picking it up to get a master so that you get as much MDef as possible. But then again, a level 42 punch cannon, even with 1 fewer MDef per level, is still a level 42 punch cannon.
That's true.
That will be interesting to see what kind of weapons they get early, though, because they have 2 knights who are packing 20% hit bonus, a good like sun sword, pick up an early defense sword. You could do a lot with that extra hit.
Absolutely. Yeah, the knight truly is the sword master. So, even the dragon sword, rune sword, and flame sword, they all come in handy with 2 knights.
Indeed they do. The fun fact that there are multiples of most endgame swords, or most of the mid-high-end swords. So 2 ice, 2 fire, 2 katanas even, although we're not going to see a need for those likely. White magic, we get level 1 cure 4, that is sweet to see, and heal 3, Expert's nice, and an Oxyel at the Fairy, and that's vanilla. Fire 3 and Quake at black. This early magic isn't horrible. You've got cure 4, you've got a sweeper, and you've got full team heal magic.
Yeah, and the learnable spots for knight, that's fantastic.
quite often you'll find enough armor early that you want to keep one of those knights up as your tank and Topher, and that could be your life-saving life charge. Wood Helm out of one box. Budgemano checking the boxes as Pickles goes straight for the Garland fight. Fire 3 comes out and incinerates Garland. Pickles through to talk to the princess as Budge takes the fight. And there is our key from the king. That's access to all the lock chests and the herb. So we've got Matoya's, we've got the prince, we've got the treasury here in Canaria all available to us. Or to our runners. Budge with the meme brack on Garland, I appreciate. You were talking about a flame sword, there it is. Flame sword plus 1 as well as the rod.
Oh yeah, here come the good swords. I love Budgemano named the Black Wizard Quad X Casperak. That's great to see.
I mean, it's so often just use the 4 characters of a spell that you expect to use. I personally subscribe to Nuke and Life for my black and white mages.
Mm-hmm.
Or just Red Zero through however many red mages I have. Red mage, best mage. Alvado, I believe, likes the pink mage, though. He worked on that one in the dev. There are so many interesting flags in this randomizer, and they're just going more and more crazy.
That's an understatement. There's so much, a wealth of variety in this randomizer. It's just, oh, there's a Masa. Is that how I saw?
Masa -1, another absurdly good sword. That is a fire +1 and a Masa -1 for the knights before we even get to Bicky. I mean, if Bicky has a defense sword, I'll just laugh. Honestly, if Bicky has a defense sword that rolled up, the fire sword gets chucked onto that red mage.
Mm-hmm. Well, we talked about sword wielding a moment ago, so it would be not a commentator curse, it would be a commentator's blessing this time.
Could be. I mean, if we find the X-Cal, that also would put that fire sword on the red mage. But right now, Fire 3 from the Black Mage doing its job to nuke down a pirate band as Budge is making his way over to Provoca. Well, Bicky doesn't give us a ship, he just gives us something to sail a ship through, and that's exit at level 2 white. That's nice maneuverability, get in and out of deep dungeon dives, and oh yeah, I forgot it. We have a beachside Provoca with extra sand. The vampire attack landed here instead of Melman, and Sages have the slab. That's interesting info to know.
Mm-hmm. And shuffled shops, always an interesting flag when I encounter it, I say.
And that is a white mage next to Bicky, so if the red mage and those knights couldn't learn that exit, Pickles could have picked up the white mage. I understand not going with the white mage because you have the red mage. Obviously those knights could learn exit, but they started at level 10, not 15, so they still have a few levels to go before they get their charges. Here comes the extended open progression. We are going to check what the herb is. Oh, actually, Pickles is going to check the Toflock. This is an interesting play.
This could be a heads-up play, yeah.
That is not a tile you want to deal with. Yeah, you're level 11 promoted, but and you have a Masa and a fire sword, but that's the seafood party pack, and you just no. Now you have a Thor hammer, that makes it more doable.
Not a bad full party grind later on. Keep that in his back pocket, maybe.
In a pinch, but Well, Pickles has exit and sweepers, making the marsh play now makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is the ship, or if this turns into the crown, it'd be good proximity. The TNT and adamant, again, good proximity. If it's the loot, then we'll probably never see a thief. That is one thing about the recruiting. They get the... Opal -2. Huge loose item find in the link chest. But
nice
if they find that thief, they can take it, get the loot, and then ditch it for a black belt. They could do some party shuffling to get go mode. Pickles finding arachnid spiders instead of wizards. Honestly, I think spiders are... Oh wait, no, it's zombie Ds on the title. That's even better. There's the TNT, one of our proximity plays. This is Pickles going to check the marsh lock tiles. Budge actually finding that opal bracelet. That's huge, very huge to get. Poison touch scums. That's nice to see. But they hit with limp wrists. Or slaps of slime oozeness. Whatever.
Yeah. That's a vanilla poison touch too from scums, isn't it?
I believe so. And another excellent weapon, that Bane sword.
That's a nice find.
Honestly, I would take that fire sword, put it on the red mage, put the Bane sword in its place on the knight, because that gives you a weapon to swing for all of your sword wielders. I don't think the Bane sword is red mage equipable, but it's definitely equipable by the knights. Budge checking a few more boxes, while Pickles is heading towards the TNT turn-in and the armory. I actually like this from Budge.
Lazy dwarves? Nope.
No, we have dwarves with a boat, and those are squint zombie Ds. Budge did not see that. Or, sorry, Pickles did not see that. Budge, however, did. There's the TNT, and there's the immediate exit the heck out of there. I would assume. Nope, Budge making the exact same play. Gonna get that Bane sword as Pickles is checking Northwest Castle locked. I mean, you've got 2 trap tiles here. If you can find your trap tile early, that's some proximity checks that you don't have to deal with later. Maybe you get a katana and get the ninja. I don't know. Or that's just something to sell for the gold you might need for your gear. We have not seen a shop item. The Mummy Bird pack and the Jotunheim pack. 2 things you not often see anywhere near here. Normally there is a mummy pack here, but it's just the mummies, not the whiz mummy birds. Now Budge went straight to Elflin to turn in the Does Budge remember they have the herb? Because Pickles is just turning the herb and has already been turning the TNT.
Oh no, did he just only check those 4 chests?
I mean, it's going to be an easy thing to check, and he's going to get the ship, which is going to make it a little faster to get to the canoe, which is in dwarves. But now Pickles, with the canal, the ship, and the canoe, has access to everywhere on the map except for Gaia and Lefane. So this is wide open maneuverability for Pickles. Meanwhile, Budge picking up magic at level 4. Our level 3 and level 4 magic includes Ruse and Wallet level 3 white, Fog and Fog 2 at level 4 white. Kind of good utility in a pinch. We also had Ice 3 Black at level 3, or level 3 Black, and Zap and Warp at level 4 Black. So, not horrible magic by any means.
Definitely.
I didn't see a Budge check the hint giver here in Elfland. Pickles heading that way might get the look for us.
Ah, there, Budge will remember. Good. His ship.
And the map is now Budgemono's oyster to crack wide open. And again, I missed what the hint giver said, even if it said anything.
Oh, it was a dud. The crooked bum hint.
Okay.
It was a dud hint, yeah.
The womp of womps. Now, the one negative of Budge having to go to the dwarf docks instead of having the canoe early is you can't river dock without the canoe. So it's a bit more of a run, but then again, if they get the adamant anytime soon, they're probably going to have the floater before then. At least that would be their hope. Budgemano doing the right thing and freeing the Hooray Dwarf from his one-word hell. Liberate the Hooray Dwarf and carbonate the bubbles. Always.
That's right. Always. Now,
Herb,
Davian,
that's
if
a
you're
womp.
running this race, where do you go with some decent weapons and decent magic and exit magic? Where do you go next?
Straight into Earth. You've got the rod. You don't have the ruby, so you're not going to Sarda just yet, but you can wait to go to Sarda until you've got the floater, usually. Take care of Lich since you're here and you've got magic and you've got weapons. And, level 5 life. That's not a horrible thing to see if you've got the ability to pick it up. But, yeah, go straight into Earth, take care of that, and then you can go to the Sages. The Sages have the slab, so, again, not necessarily immediately necessary. Immediately necessary. Yeah, that's how that works. We could see an Ordeals play after Earth as well, because it's head south instead of east. They've got warp, as you said, so. Those are the Fun Dead pack and the the wrong eye, none of which you want anything to do with. So, Pickles done with that first floor Hall of Giants check as Budge is burning off encounters. Proof of how good these runners are. They're making clear use of encounter manipulation.
For sure.
You might, if you didn't know how the encounter table works in this game, you might just see them save on the overworld. There's like save in case they get an encounter. It's the exact opposite, actually. It's save to skip a counter. With the encounter table, it's a certain number of encounters on a 256 step path that then recycles. If you save, cremate on the Gur Ogres. That's kind of fun. And there's 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
And they don't have that life magic. As Budgemano tries to heal up his party, as I was saying, if you have a encounter and you know how many steps it is to get to that encounter, sleep images. Oh, this is not a fun Earth. You can take that number of steps minus 1, save with a tent or a cabin or a house, and then take the encounter and then soft reset the game. You'll come back to your save point with that tent, house, what have you, but have passed that step encounter and you continue on from there. Alternatively, if you hard reset, so power this is off and on, as we get the bottle, which is a womp, they already had that. If you take a hard reset, when you load back in, it will be at the beginning of the encounter table. So you'll hear people saying stuff like off the hard reset, meaning the first encounter after resetting the game or power cycling the system. This works in emulator, this works in the hardware of the system, or off the fast reset. You can step through those early encounters if you have a bunch of fast encounters before a long run between encounters. It's actually quite interesting. I believe this was also something that started being used a few years back in the original NES Final Fantasy II. They started implementing step counter manipulation.
Hmm. Yeah, valuable strategy. And looks like Budge is following in Pickle's footsteps, checking that armory, hooking an ice sword, adding to our sword collection.
Sadly, multi-wielding weapons isn't something that was introduced in this game. It did come to later, where you could have like 2 shields or 2 swords. And some more sleep touch effects from Pickles. And even more sleep touch effects in a 6-pack of images being incinerated by budgemano. That also have fire. Speed bump gets a swing, a fire, and a fire. Fire 3 for 224. Fire 2 back. This is a flamey, angry lich. But the Masa and the fire sword, they do the job. Lich down. Poison giants between Pickles and the orb lit. 2 pures, 2 party members with poison. Pickles will definitely have to stop at the store after this. But that's our first orb lit. You've got several places you can go at this point. You've got access to the river system, you've got access to waterfall, and the ordeals. I would like the ordeals play, but what would you say?
Yeah. I would probably favor ordeals on the way, but I noticed Budge found a werewolves with damage poison. The ogres had the cremate, and we don't have a thief for the easiest run, so hopefully we get some of these danger scripts out of the way early.
Yeah, or some of these danger scripts could land on the Medusa script. The Medusa script actually spreads across 3 different encounters, so you have 3 different creature types in the game that have the same horde script. It's funny when it happens when we're watching, not so funny when you deal with it. Oof, dang, level 6 black had Temper, Nuke, and Quad X.
Nice.
Fire Sword does some damage, Fire 2 swings back, followed by the Masa, budgemano takes care of Lich, doesn't have the Black Mage up, so a bit more levels on the Red Mage and the Knights for Budge's party, but that's 2 orbs lit, 1 for each side. As we have the crazy, weird, forgetful, stumbling around old men in a field with a defense sword. Where's our hint? There's our black belt.
And a black belt among the confused old men.
The crystal is our sale item in Gaia. That is a Womp sale item, so you don't need it. Pickle's just checking that out to make sure they had it. And there we go, black belt taking over the position of the first knight. Masa forward on the black belt, with the knight swinging that fire sword, or was it the bane sword? Either way, that is a Masa-equipped black belt ready to grind. Pickles heading out, not going to the river system. Actually, nope, taking the northern dock location. Gonna go to Ice Cave first. You've got 4 possible grind tiles in Ice Cave, and you have warp for the warp trick, so I actually like this play quite a bit.
Yeah, that's true. Ice can be just in and out with those warp charges.
When you see the warp
warp helps. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you see the warp trip for the first time in Final Fantasy Randomizer, you're like, wait, I could have done that the entire time? No, unfortunately, you need the floater to get to Bahamut to promote, so you wouldn't be able to get the warp early. So this is only something that can be done in the randomizer, but it's an incredibly handy tech. Same thing with Ordeal's manipulation. You wouldn't have the warp until you had the tail.
Yeah, and the warp helps with the randomized pillars.
Exactly.
In the randomizer, yep.
Speaking of pillars, Budge is making the Ordeals play as Pickles pulls up to the metal slimes. If you've got fire magic, that is an incredibly good team grind. The poison giants, not so much something Pickle wanted to ever see again. is going to check the what would normally be Frost Dragon tile in this top left room. It is a safe off tile or no off tile encounter grind. There's Cremate Mages. Normally you wouldn't see Hot Magic in the Ice Cave, but this is the randomizer. And that's absolutely not something you want to see. That's not as good as the Blue Ds would normally be, or Frosties I should say. Especially since the Hyenas are in a pair and they have lit 2. Pillar 1 is a Womp. Is it Pillar 2? It is Pillar 2 and a
Pillar
fast
2.
Ordeals. Only 1 warp charge needed. Speaking of warp, Pickles uses warp checks for the Coco. That is our Ruby. Second Katana found. That's hilarious. And that is the Agama tile. That is a potentially good grind.
Ooh. With the black belt, yeah. And there was a loose ribbon in Ordeals. And
That is our
That's the loot. That's a loot, yeah.
Okay, so that's a Ruby picked up by Pickles. That's a loot coming out of Ordeals. Short of finding the thief, that makes Ordeals a mandatory check. Budgemano is certainly happy to have found that. Can go to the Crescent to start the river system rampage that Pickles is currently doing. Pickles has the health checks, can go straight into Volcano, check the red D chest with our incentive in here, and possibly deal with the second Fiend. Will we see the Fiends die in order?
So Volcano is incentivized. Where else could our floater be?
Waterfall is the only... I mean, it could definitely be in Sea Shrine if it's behind some gating,
Waterfall,
but
yeah.
Waterfall is our only other location that they can access. The crystal being for sale in Gaia, I mean, they already had the crystal and they need the floater to get there. We still don't know what the bottle turns into, because, again, we have the floater. We've got the key, so we've checked the key lock location. It's an interesting situation. Wow, that magic collection is pretty stacked on that red mage. Dark Touch Sphinxes. Just that more disgusting.
Looks like Budgemano's opting out of the black belt. We've got some divergence there.
Well, there's some logic to that, because if you pick up the black belt now, it will be a black belt. It will not be a master. So if you take the fights, the black belt will not have that full level or 4 MDF per level growth. If you take the fight against Bahamut before picking up that black belt, it becomes a master when it gets picked up. So it gets the full 4 levels or 4 MDF per level upon recruit. You can also take your time to grind one of your knights with the amazing weapons you've got, and then swap that knight out. And there's a chime. That is sky access, so our next incentive item note could actually be in the sky chest. Normally where you'd find the adamant in vanilla.
Budgemano hot on Pickles' tail here in the Volcano. Now, this is what I'm not quite sure of. When characters start with a key item, how does that impact the logic?
It is
Does a logic factor?
It is absolutely out of logic. The way the randomizer assigns the items, it does not account for where they will be. That is a gold bracelet plus and a ribbon out of Volcano Armory. Pickles getting some big value there. Has 2 ribbons now, having already dived deals. But yeah, the incentive items they start with and can get from recruiting are completely out of logic. The seed can be completed without any of those items being in their inventory at the start.
Got it.
Meanwhile, Pickles punching, iced casting, cutting with Amasa, trying to get the kill on Carrie. Heal 3 comes out. Carrie has spells and use them. Goes for punch, takes out the black belt. Does Budge have a life cast? No. Gonna swing. Didn't even put a sword on the red mage. Defense sword coming out. Budge going for some survivability strats. Double checks, has no life casts, no life in spells or spell at all. There goes the red mage. Carry punching and cutting like the demon she is. Or fiend. Stunned black mage takes some time off the encounter or the off of budgemano. Doesn't have to take any actions while it's sitting on a knee. There's the Masa, gets the hit, 2 hits, 370. That is 2 party members down, but that is 2 orbs lit for Pickles as Budge is heading down to the volcano Agama floor.
Yeah, that carry battle was just a little close for comfort. It could have gone south quickly.
Quite easily. Now Pickles has to go and raise up the party members. We can see Pickles do that here in Crescent. Then he's got the 2 options. He can go to the waterfall or he can go to Sky. Alternatively, no, he has 3 options. He still hasn't gone into Ordeals, so he could go get that loot and then flex to Waterfall or to Sky, depending on what's in Ordeals, because that puts you roughly between the 2 locations. Budge getting away from those annoying frost wolves and heading to the annoying frost wolves that happen to be here as well as the normal Agma tile location. And then the waters, which if anyone has experienced flowing water, it can do a lot of damage with very low quantities. Just noticing, those houses are cheap. 675 gold. You might as well buy a subdivision for that money.
Yeah, that's a great price.
Budge with the double night party still intact, going to face the the carry. Swing, lit. No charges of nuke, sadly. Goes with ice 3. Elemental damage gets the job. No, 66, not so much. In exchange, 120 from that ice 2 on that black mage. 4 hits for 100. That swing not doing much. Gonna go with the cure 4 on the black mage and start lock strats to keep carry from evading these sword swings. 4 hits, 95. Hold misses. Swings with the bane sword, 190 it looked like. Nope, that was 19. Not a lot of damage. 90 followed by 75. That was crit. This is gonna work if it continues like this, but it's still kind of spooky. More ice 3 cast coming out, 39 damage. Swing, ice 3. Will the moss get the job? Wow, this carry is thick as all get out with the absorb, but there is the kill. Budge through with all party members up. Both of our runners with 2 orbs lit as Pickles is in Sky and about to check the incentive chest. Now, would you like to see the floater here, or would you like to see more progression item like the Oxyale?
Well, I noticed Mecklin said it. Mecklin said it could be, and the robot is the logic. But yeah, let's make them wait for it. I missed what it was.
The robot is the white shirt, so the robot is literally the only place left to check. We know that the sale item is the crystal and Gaia, which they've already got, and they don't have the floater to get to it, so they will have to get the floater out of the waterfall or an incentive item like the Oxyale or a turn-in chain that can get to the floater. So we're looking at crystal, adamant, Oxyale, or crown. Or floater itself.
Well, at this point, let's just see the floater at the very end of the chain. Why not?
Actually, it could not be the slab because we don't have the floater to get to it, so
Ooh, Pickle's pulling Brack strats on Tiamat. Let's see if it pays off.
White shirt casts for the evade stack and has a defense sword, but 2 Brack cast does not get the job done. Defense sword, white shirt, more Brack. Nope, cure 4 on the red mage and then Brack from the black mage. That will get rid of the dark status, but we don't have improved dark, so it really is just a womp thing to see. Swing for 117, cure 4 brings the red mage back up to be put back on a knee because TS says no. Cure 4 back again, go for Brack strats. More hits on that knight. The knight has the gear to survive it though. 190. Cure 4 brings up the red mage. That white shirt is 1/2 the evasion stat gain of a ruse stick or defense sword use. But it stacks up as it matters. You need 6 white shirt / invis cast or 3 ruse sticks to be at full max evade cap. Man, that Mossa is not swinging for a lot, and there's the Brack Shattered Dragon Queen.
Well, that was clutch because that was going to be a long battle without a Doom spell.
Yep, that was the last Brack on the Black Mage, I believe. Had a few charges on the Red Mage, if the Red Mage stayed up with having to constantly cure itself. And Budge is taking this Metal Slime grind in Ice. I don't blame him. This is a good amount of experience in a team grind. And you've got Fire 3 on both the Red Mage and the Red Mage and the Black Mage, and they're both. All these Metal Slimes are very vulnerable to being melted. It's weird. Liquid metal being melted? Who'd expect it? There's the Agama, another great find. I don't know how thick it is, though. We didn't really get a good judgment of it. It's 300 or less. Or 330 or less. Oh, we have not checked Sarda. That is our other location. We have not checked Sarda.
That's true. Well, now is Floater technically... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Floater is not necessary. We could find the Oxiale in the robot, and the Floater could be hidden behind Sarda, and they could not need it. And Pickles is missing every ribbon. Did not check anything here in Ordeals except for the incentive chest. Did not check anything except for the first chest, I believe, in Volcano. So Budge has 2 ribbons as well, but does not have the black belt. Meanwhile, Pickles is an orb ahead. And going towards Waterfall. If this turns out to be the Oxiale, then you can only assume Pickles is going to be in floaterless go mode. Now, we've seen both of our loose ribbons, but we have not seen our incentive ribbon. I love that Budge being optimistic. I have my floater, right? No, goes back to the ship. Looks like Budge is heading up and around the sky. Sky provides. I get the logic. As a red D is on the Mummy Whiz Mummy tile. That's not a horrible encounter if they're not evasive. And it's an off tile, or safe off tile grind. Sub 400 hit points, you could definitely make that work, especially if you've got enough hits from that black belt. And
this seed is really making them go for the run around the wild goose chase here.
Well, you know, normally I'd say get all the incentive or all the quest items, turn-ins done ASAP, because when we normally run these flags, you're looking at XP and gold bonuses based off of the incentive items you have. But since this is orb-based and they already have 3 orbs lit, which is 150% boost to XP scaling, or gold and XP scaling base boost, Yeah, this is the time to grind. Pickles is like, I found a red dragon. Ooh, Power Bonk in Mirage. Budgemano doing these chests, or checking these chests that Pickles completely faded or hasn't even checked in it, or thought to check, and finding big items.
Yeah, and this could be decisive with 2 ribbons and Power Bonk. We shall see.
Most definitely, and it looks like Pickles taking advantage of the Red Dragon's known ability to bite the heck out of people or incinerate them is gonna try and down the party. Does have that Black Belt's free healing magic, so if he loses the Red Mage and he has pots and healing magic to keep going with the grind, but this is not that fast of a takedown, and yeah, you have the Masa, but it did roll down. Do you want to down all 3 of your spare party members now? Or do you want to start swinging, get a few party levels between, or as you go? That is a Knight down. That is a Cure 4 coming out to top off the Black Mage, or the Black Belt, which is good because the Red Dragon went straight for the Black Belt on that bite. Still showing the weapons of disrespect. Swing coming out. The Red Mage and the Knight are down. That Masa doing the work. That Red D is a one-shot with the Masa, it looks like. Heal pots up. Pickles going into full grind mode as Budge is taking fights on his way to pick up that white shirt. Bye-bye Black Mage. No, not a one-shot just yet. And that's over 100 damage on that bite, so a few levels, Pickles could definitely get into one-shot mode.
Oh, see, oh no. Oh no.
The grind is unkind, and the adamant has to be dug back up, because that is our progression. You can imagine Pickles is like, you know, I know where the Agama is, I could go back there, I think I'll leave the Red Dragon be. Or he might think I could just take a few more party fights, because that Red Dragon with the 150% boost to experience gain is still juicy for a short party grind while you get the party members down.
Oh,
Nope.
Red Dragon is always tempting, but for the aversion for me is to be in the waterfall without exit magic because you're downing those party members.
Yeah,
That's the treacherous part for me.
Yeah, you got nightmares, mud goals, like random gas D, a lot of really spooky things there. And Budgemano, meanwhile, is in Sky taking on the carry, or the Tia, I should say. Does not have the Brack strats going. Nope, going with Defense Sword, Temper strats, and doesn't even use the Bane Sword as a caster item. Just wants to Bane hit with the Bane Sword, which is like, okay, that makes sense. Still, the Brack strats were nice to see for Pickles, who's about to pick up that whatever the adamant turns into. Masa with the Temper. There's the floater out of the adamant turn-in. That means Sarda has our... Well, not Sarda. Is that the Thief? Pickles picking up the Thief with the loot and resist all in exchange for the Knight. That is an interesting play.
Did Pickles already dive ordeals for the loot or no?
Yes, Pickles did dive ordeals.
Well, there is a katana. I don't know if he found it.
Well, he had the slab from the Black Belt. He definitely did. No, Budge found both the katanas. I don't think Pickles checked any of the boxes. That's just how many chests Budge has picked up that Pickles did not. So Pickles has the floater, has the bottle, which we know turns into the crystal, which is actually no, the crystal's for sale. We don't know what the bottle or the loot turn into. The bottle and loot could easily be our Oxyale and Ribbon. That would be the hope for Pickles, because if he finds the Oxyale, he's in go mode. If he finds the ribbon, he finally has a ribbon. Canal, Womp, Hint, whatever. What will the fairy have? It is Vanilla Oxyale. That is go mode for Pickles. This race has been so stressful and confusing. I can only imagine how the runners feel.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of twists and turns.
Now, you've got the Masa. You can chuck it on a... Ooh, there's level 7 fast. Nice check by Pickles to find that. Double the the hits out of that punch cannon equals substantial damage uplift. There's a Masa hint, kind of a womp at this point. Pickles probably just wanting to see, where's the ribbon? Is it worth going to Lefane? Budge, meanwhile, going into Waterfall, gonna get that Adamant, which does eventually turn into the Floater.
Dale makes a great comment in chat. The loot turns into a viola if you play it right. There's plenty of viola jokes, all of which escape me at the moment, but it's the one I can recall. What's the difference between a violin and a viola? One burns faster.
I just thought one was like a smaller cello you could put on your shoulder. I mean, it's one chord down from a violin, it's 1/4 size larger per step, and it's a cooler instrument because it's the one I chose to learn instead of the violin, because everyone wanted to learn the violin. I had to be contrarian, and I liked it.
Oh, sure.
Oh, Gershurks with Gaze. Yeah, Pickles checking those tiles to see if he can find a grind of option that isn't... Oh, Bane Snakes.
Oh,
yeah, that
no.
Northwest Castle check where you saw the seafood party pack. No, not going back there ever anywhere. And you don't have life magic, so that is a black belt on its face going into this fight with Kraken. Oh, no, Pickles does have a katana, but he also has that Masa.
But he hasn't promoted. Is that
Good
correct?
point.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the
no.
Masa on the knight, or on the ninja, and then the Masa on the thief, and then the anything else on that red mage, I guess, sort of casting. Will we see the Brack and the Kraken strats? Because, I mean, it's the only thing Pickles has at the moment other than just nuke and burn and freeze and whatnot. There goes the thief. No dodging there. Bracken to the Bracken, no effect. Gonna go for Bracken to the Brack. Do we see a wipe? Does Pickles take the win? We shall see. Bracken to the Brack, Bracken to the Brack, both ineffective. Blizzard comes back after the Brack. Brack and the Brack come out. Brack comes out with that first Brack cast, does not be effective, takes the red mage out. We've got one last Brack cast before we are at risk, and that is a solo clutch.
Oh,
clencher.
clutch. Wow.
As
That was
budgemano,
fantastic.
yeah, as budgemano gets in the air, Pickles gets into go mode, all orbs lit, and I like this. Budgemano in the air, gonna take the Sarda check, see what's here. It's probably gonna be our crown or our ribbon. I mean, it's all it could be. Oh, there's the actual slab. Never mind, we forgot that was something that was picked up by the black belt, which Budge had not picked up. Budge is still running the 2-night pack, to my knowledge. Oh wait, no, Budge did swap for a thief just now.
So what is Budge searching for? Is it the Oxyale still? Oh yeah, you want the slab and check both proximity, I guess.
Well, the slab came out of the black belt, but Budge picked that up out of Sarda just now, so Budge is gonna promote, be able to pick up the black belt if he wants it as the master, get access to the katana for the ninja. I mean, I don't dislike it. Meanwhile, Pickles going back to see. This is going to be either he's got the Black Mage and the Black Belt up. He is going straight for the Warp Strat to get onto that Agama tile. He's going for the Agama grind. I mean, ooh, Bahamut has Nuclear. Yeah, this is the unsafe Bahamut, people. This is a Topher level Fiend strength Bahamut. Nuke and Tornado proving the case. Masa swing for 5 hits, 266, but this Swirl, yeah, that's
and Swirl. Why not? Oh, 2 hit points.
Yeah, that's and a Nuclear. Okay,
what?
Wow. Okay, that's all of the elemental max damage spells and a Nuclear and a Nuke.
What?
That Bahamut was not messing around, yet Budge gets out of it with that Cure 4 to bring that Knight back up. Big clench plays for Pickles with the Brack and on the Black Mage, and Budge with the Knight clutching it out against Bahamut.
That Cure 4 coming in so very handy.
Pickles not going for the Agama. Gonna check what the Frost or the Frost Wolf pack tile is, and no, don't. Those are the Poison Giants. You don't want those. See? You don't want those. Budge actually gonna check what's here in Lefane, has access to the Superstore to pick up all the magic, or most of the magic, gets the crown. The crown is going to turn into our incentive ribbon as the last check. Agama takes out the Black Mage. Pickles in the one-man grind mode. This is grind set, 7,800 experience for that one fight. Agama is 2 swings thick, but once the punch cannon comes online, A, it could get another hit for the Masa, or B, it could just get 6 or more hits and just drop the sword for good. This will be the tale of two runners. Budge with 1 orb less lit, not in full go mode, as Pickles is in go mode and on the grind. There goes the Masa. He's hit 21. That's going to be 6 hits. 6 hits, 294 gets the job done. This is a sub 300 Agama, and it is going, well, okay, sub 300, but above 269. Yep, this is pretty safe to say a one-hit Pickles fight 90% of the time. I say 90 because it's not 100.
I still can't tell who's going to come out ahead here. You know, if Budge goes straight to Gaia, gets the Oxiale. Pickles still has to leave ice and get some levels. Boy.
Well, I mean, Pickles is going to have all the levels coming out of ice. He's got the pots to keep that black belt up, but he has to make it out of ice, as you say. If he wipes like he did on that attempted grind before, after putting all the effort into this ice grind, it could be devastating. It could totally give budgemano a chance to catch up, but Budge is going to check what that crown is, no doubt. It's the ribbon for sure, and he has 2. He could take those 3 ribbons and go, but for now has the Oxiale and can go finish off carry and get into full go mode. This is by no means over. We have not seen what Topher has in store. I mean, if that Bahamut is approximating the level of devastation our Fiends could have. Oh, I should mention, for anyone who didn't know with these seeds, the stats for the Fiends, as well as Buff Bahamut, are rolling 100% to 200% scale, with the general party, like, mob monsters out in the overworld being like 50 to 150 or 50 to 200, I can't remember which. So, yeah, these Fiend refights and whatnot could be really devastating. Devastating like Pickles getting stun-locked by the Jotunheim pack in an off-tile encounter. Could this be the wipe stat womp moment? Oh, it's painful.
At best, it's just a big time loss.
And they have Dazzle and Gaze,
and
these
Gaze.
wolves.
And
and
no.
Thunder.
Oh, he's cured. Come on.
Don't give him hope. Let him free.
Oh,
He's free. He now has to heal up from 54 health with heal pots, but he's gonna do it. This is the third complete sphincter puckering like wow moment. 2 for Pickles, 1 for Budge so far. But that's 8 hits, 600.
Yeah, but that's definitely some time back to Budge on that battle.
No doubt, that'll definitely contribute to the bank.
Z-Man asks in chat. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, you go ahead. I was just counting the levels for Pickles, but
yeah, Z-Man asked, did Osloto roll this? And I don't know the answer to that.
This is a Dark Moon Seed.
Dark Moon Seed.
If this was Oslaughto, we would have seen much worse from other wolves, but those wolves were definitely Oslaughto level trolls. Multiple stun moves and thunder. It's going to be the stopping at level 42 for 10 punches. Since he only has 3 MDef per level, he's not going to be able to get to max resist. Technically, with the vanilla 4 MP or MDef per level that you would get with the Black Belt or with the Master in these flags, you'd actually have to get to 47 to have Ribbon equivalent MDef. So when we stop at 42, regardless, it is for the 10 hit threshold rather than the Ribbon equivalency. Phoenix calling out in chat, Shanigan losing a match due to lack of MDef. Yeah, it can come back to haunt you if you try that lower level or you don't promote before. Budge kills Kraken, goes into 4 orbs. As Pickles hits 41 levels, is hitting for almost 1200 damage, and goes with the I'm done with 11 or with 41. I understand this play. He's definitely could get the level against a Fiend or whatnot. He's got 10 hits. He wants to get the heck out of here. I don't think Budge has anywhere near a lead at this point because Pickles was already in go mode, is going to be maybe a minute or so behind him getting into Topher, and is bringing a near fully operational punch cannon with him. Meanwhile, Budge has a ninja knight, red mage, black mage party with solid gear and 2 ribbons, which Pickles does not have. So here we go, 2,000 years into the past, runs into Zombies. This is true. Budge's magic is not bad at all. Budge, I do believe Budge picked up that fast at level 7, or was that Pickles who did that quick check? Either way.
I believe both players picked up fast. And just under 40-second difference between entering Topher, yeah. So this is going to come down to the wire.
Yep. Will the punch cannon make the difference for Pickles, or will having more armor and better gear and more options than just stick some fast on the punch machine make up the difference? Budge first runner down onto the earth floor, keeping that lead. We make fun of Lich 2, but the fact of the matter is Lich 2 starts with vanilla nuke. Do we see a French vanilla Lich with nuke or swirl or nuclear or something like that? That Katana not doing all that much. 142, fire coming out, trying to finish off this Lich. He gets a chance, and now Lich is a limp-wristed bony boy. Not even bothering to use a cast on that red mage, just whacks it with some open palms. Fire 3 finishes off. Budge taking care of Lich 2 as Pickles comes in. Wait, punch, or wait, yeah, punch done. That's how much of a difference it makes. Pickles already done, makes up 20 or more seconds on that fight. Switches the Masa onto the ninja, continues going as Budge pulls onto carry 2. Only has 4 nuke/temper charges. That's a valuable spell level. Gonna see Tornado coming out from carry 2. Nearly takes down the black mage, but does not take it down completely. Again, no life charges if I remember correctly. Also very limited fast charges for Pickles. There goes the red mage. That is your survivability spell or mage. Meanwhile, the thief goes down for Pickles, but the punch cannon comes out, knocks down the carry 2. Pickles takes the lead with 1 fewer party member down, only down the thief, whereas Pickles is down the knight and the ninja and the red mage. This is a very stressful seed for us as viewers. I can only imagine how it has been for the runners.
That water pack is not what you want to see right now either.
You have ice casts, but these could be very thick waters and they do a lot of damage, and when you're stuck using your pots for healing because you have no heal spells. Oh, Nuclear takes out both of the remaining casters for Pickles. This Kraken is not going easy. Defense swords coming out, trying to stack up evade. That's 3 evasion stacks, but if Kraken keeps casting her skills, and Kraken has fast, that is scary.
Oh.
Punch it before it kills you. Punch it before it tries to crit. It survived. It misses. The 3 defense casts of sword casts. Ruse doing its job. Pickles gets through. 450 hit points. Is another fiend ahead of budgemano, or still another fiend ahead of budgemano. Gets healed back up in man mode. Pre-promotion, not nearly full MDef. Has the 10 hits, I do believe.
Oh no, the worst. The worst possible pack on this floor.
Team
Hard to
Edward
run.
party pack.
Oh no.
This is the problem. You probably shouldn't be running at this point. You should just be punching down to try and get them. You're just taking hits. Oof, budgemano wipes out, but Pickles taking frost, taking fire, taking hits, also wipes out.
No.
Both runners cleared out within 15 seconds of each other, diving right back in. This Topher is proving as very painful as it can possibly be. Budge actually going for a floor 1 grind strat. I mean, I don't dislike it. Really just depends on what these different dragons on these first few floors rolled. Meanwhile, Pickles already back down through the loot plate, heading 1 floor away from Lich. See, this is a disadvantage of having your one party member be everything to your party. I mean, none of these party members, bar the Knight for Budge and the Black Belt for Pickles, are nuke safe. They have nowhere near 300 or 400 hit points. I mean, near enough, maybe with the Red Mage and the Ninja for Budge, but far and away not for Pickles. Punch to the Lich. Lich says, "Oh, I can absorb that." Fires back with some Light 2, Ticklish with the most common spell in the pool. I believe there's 5 Lit 2s in the Fiend refight pool. They've got 4 off of Kraken 2, and I think 1 from Tia. But Pickles threw Lich onto the fire floor as Budge is still grinding on floor 1, and I don't think we'll see him grind or go much further down until he reaches enough levels to have nuke safe on at least 2 party members. Or a substantial enough number of charges. Pickles heals up onto the Kelly fight. Bye-bye Black Mage. That is no more fast, nuke, temper, or what have you charges from that caster. Defense sword and punch. Punch gets the job done as Budge is out and wants to look for an alternative grind or just wants to look for some supplies.
Budge going
That
for
is
the
a
white
good
mage.
call.
Mechlin says, yeah. Yeah, that's a...
Gonna get rid of the red mage, get the white mage. The white mage comes with hurt all. I mean, put a moss on it for fun, I guess, but more importantly has access to all the white magic. Going to Lefanian Superstore to pick up everything that you can there. Will get access to life, which is at level 5 white. Meanwhile, Thief down on Pickle's side, going with Ruse casts on the red mage and punch from the black belt. 11 hits 60 or 690 damage. This Kraken is not safe. There's the nuke and the second wipe.
Wow.
This was looking like a sub-hour easy, but this Topher is proving to be brutal.
Yeah,
and we love it.
Yeah, life learnable Knight would change everything for Budge, but that white mage pickup should help here. Where's life 2? I wonder. Must be a upper spell.
I believe it's gonna be it's gonna have to be level 7 or 8, probably level 7 Gaia, which I do not believe shows up here. We didn't see anything in Gaia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be level 7 Gaia. Which, for Budgemano's happiness, is just a quick hop north to get to. And
and Budge, yeah, Budge went for life 2, not a bad call.
For a second I thought Budge was going to Bahamut, but nope, going to map derp and try and take the dive again. As a, there you go, 10 hits for 11 damage, or 1100 damage, pardon me. Pickles through Lich again. Will the survivability of life casts, well, I shouldn't say survivability, I would say utility of life casts, make the difference? Also, did Budge remember to equip armor to that white mage? Because when you pick up a party member, not only do you have to get new levels for it, you have to re-equip all the gear. Yes, life 1 and 2 are both castable in battle in these flags, so that is in fight utility, with life 2 bringing up to full health. Life is always a big risk because it takes you to like a few potions away from death. Thank you for calling that out in chat. We do have some armor equipped on that white mage. I believe budgemano does have that opal -1 that came out of Marsh.
But sometimes even the life cast in battle can serve to just detract Kraken with the meat shield and get you through for the win. Oh no.
Man mode for Pickles after a nuke fully proves that nukes. Oh my god, he's at 2
No!
health.
And he does it with 2 hit points.
What is with the
What?
seed and butt clinching solo saves against fiends? And that was against Kraken again for Pickles. This time Kraken too, but it's still a one-man victory over Kraken. Defense sword in place. Can just stack up the evasion, sticking with the black belt in. There's those vampires, gets away from them. On to Tia 2. Will Tia 2 be kind? Defense sword coming out. Nuke coming out. 300. It rolled high. 240. Another high damage hit. That's full evasion stacks, but that's also 189 hit points. If Tia casts some new skills and damage, Dark does nothing. This is not improved Dark flags. 4 hits, 434. Can we get the punch? This is an evasive Tia. 7 hits, 900. That's much more like it. Not high absorb, just high dodge. And there you go. Pickles actually gets through Tia. Gonna have to heal back up. Hits level 43. Is in man mode trying to get to chaos. Meanwhile, Budge still has all 4 party members up. Gets through carry 2 onto Kraken's floor. Those pots, 32 pots left for budgemano. Gonna punch these iron goals. This is gonna be a quick chunk of experience. More levels, more hit points, and more damage. 4,100 experience. Level 45 in an instant. That puts him over 900 hit points. Pickles, man mode, into the fight against Chaos. First time seeing it. 1 hour, 7 minutes, 36 seconds. Defense stacks up. Chaos punches. More defense coming up. Chaos punches again. Gets the miss. Full evasion stacks are up for Pickles. Here goes the hold A and pray punch cannon. 6 hits, 500. There is a nuclear. There is a thunder. Oh my word, is this just going to be a Bahamut all over again? Are we going to see nuclear thunder swirl? Nope. There's another hit. Another hit, both missing. This Chaos is being limp-wristed at this point. The evasion stack's doing its job. More punches. Low roll. 5 hits, 190. There's Inferno. Another skill, and very close to death is the black belt. Can he get the punches in? He can. GG's for Pickles and Beer. Clutching it out with a 1 hour, 8 minutes. Or 1 hour, 8 minutes, 20 seconds on racetime.gg. As Budge wipes again.
Yeah. What a race. What a seed.
I don't blame budgemano doing the thing that we never mentioned. These flags have hint bats enabled, so once you translate the slab, you can talk to the bats, and they will tell you something of what these fiends have to come, including Chaos. And hey, Pickles, wouldn't you have liked to know that Chaos is so evil and the Tia and whatnot?
Yeah, that would have been nice.
GG's.
Might have. Thanks. While I was doing the grind, I was waffling on maybe picking up that white mage for the life and wall, but also probably wasn't going to have levels for life anyway, so that probably would have been irrelevant.
Man, the pucker moments in this race, like, how am I gonna survive the kill on Oh, I finally get the last cast Brack with the black mage, and then you follow up with the Kraken 2 at 2 hit points on the solo black belt.
Yeah, I was like done. Totally done. If Budge finished, I would have been super happy.
You both have been were in Topher. He was in Topher just before you even. this divergence, you having that grind on the black belt really working out for you in the end.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, we saw with Budgemano, he went to fight Bahamut. Care to guess what Bahamut had?
I'm gonna guess nuclear.
I believe it was Nuclear, Blizzard Swirl,
Oh,
something of
wow.
that level. It was like all the cast, and Budge pulled it out.
Yeah, tornado,
Oh, nice.
swirl. It was six skills back to back, I think.
It can't be
That's
6 skills. There's
terrible.
only 4, but still,
Excuse
it
me,
was
yeah.
cast. It was horrible spells and skills, and yet Budge like clinched it with the thief.
Yeah, that's terrible. I almost went to Bahamut. Glad I didn't. I didn't really feel like I had a win condition. Like temper fast to nuke all being late. I just didn't want to risk it because yeah, Bahamut's tough.
That defense sword, making it possible to man mode the end, really clinched it for you.
Oh yeah, there wasn't happening without that.
Well, the early game, that actually looked kind of fun.
Yeah, I think for the most part everything went fine until trying to do a grind on the red D.
Yeah, unfortunately the red D didn't want to bite the right person, and when it did bite, the one that was left standing, it did dang near crit immediately.
It did. Yeah, that's right. That was a big crit. I don't think I had healed up all the way either, and those things have a tendency to hit pretty hard. Budge didn't find the eye, did he?
No,
I'm
Budge
assuming
did
it got
not.
I'm guessing it got replaced out with the metal slime tile.
Budge actually did go back to the metal slimes to take a few fights, and then switched over to a few fights of the Agama.
But Budge found 2 loose ribbons in the power gauntlet,
Oh, nice.
which helped without
Yeah.
the black belt. Yeah.
Ordeals and Volcano Armory paid off with loose ribbons, and then the Power Bonk was in Mirage in the far left chest on the first floor.
Nah.
You
Yeah,
just said
I
I
wasn't
don't
gonna
need
check.
items.
Had I found Power Bonk and a ribbon or 2, I would have considered not taking a black belt, but not having found them in the first half, I decided time to stop checking boxes for the most part.
The early weapon selection for those knights was pretty special.
Yeah, it was. I waffled pretty hard on getting rid of both knights or keeping one, but ultimately decided to like having the thief up front.
Yeah, I think the incentive ribbon would have ended up being the crown. That was the last thing we never checked.
I don't know if I had the crown.
Supposedly you did not. I believe the crown from our tracker notes came out of...
Slab?
E...
I never went to Lefane. I think that's the only thing I didn't do.
yes. Tracker notes and tracker saying it was the slab to the crown.
Thought about going there, but I had forgot that I didn't have the crown, so I would have been irritated. Going all the way down there and still having another turn in.
Yep.
Shoutouts to our tracker, Mecklin, helping us out tonight. Very, very nice.
Trust, talking about this race as it happens is far easier than actually focusing on and understanding exactly what's going on during the race, so trackers are our saviors. The first thing I've learned when learning how to commentate and track and do anything with this randomizer was tracking. We always welcome more volunteers. Join up on the Discord at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. you can get on with the fun of talking, with the fun of racing, the fun of tracking. Just be part of the crew. Hang out. As we see Budgemano getting nuked down by the Tia, quick question for you, Pickles. How much are you looking forward to facing the winner of Iker/J Shadel? Wait, didn't that happen already? Yeah, you're gonna face Jay.
Oh, great. Maybe get some revenge for that tournament champions nonsense.
So, that'll be an amazing match to see.
Oh, yeah.
Budge makes it through and doing the glory run around the outside. Finds some worms and is taking the fight. I mean, if you got the spellcast and thinks you need that experience, you're close to nuke safe. And we know he does not know just how horrible that chaos can be. How much did you like seeing those 2 iron golems on your way to chaos? That was like, what, 3 levels in an instant? 4,100 experience, or 41,000 experience?
Yeah, especially once I saw it was a preemptive, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking this.
Budgemano in chat, spoilers, you're in chat, we know you finished, mentioning that he took that fight to get a level because with these flags, if you get a level, it resets your charges. So leveling up to regain your charges to get access to fast cats.
Is that a new feature?
That is a new flag for this. I don't know if it's a new flag, but it is a flag that is on for this event. Evidently Iker saying you only gain the 1. But either way, it adds the charge that you earn when you level up past, or to get a charge.
It does. I thought about trying to take a level or 2 to get one on the way up, to get one on the black mage, but I think I still had like 3 levels to go before I got a fast charge.
We're seeing temper strats, we're seeing lock, we're seeing evasion. Lock actually going to be helpful. We noticed that this chaos was a bit dodgy. Budge with the full team up, getting the full team in action. Nuclear comes out, does not lose a single party member, makes a huge difference. But 12 hits, 715, Lock 2 coming out, gonna go with Wait, gonna Cure 4 and swing. Cure 4 comes out, no party members take damage from that punch because the evasion stacks are there. Wait, swing. Will we see the final kill on Chaos by Budgemano? No. 11 hits, 400. Man, it's a thick Chaos. And there it is with a race time, GG time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, 37 seconds. Runner-up on stream in the race, Budgemano. GG's. And we are joined in the booth by Budge. GG's, man. What a topher.
What a Kraken too, mostly.
Yeah, GG Budge.
GG's Pickles. Yeah, I think it was after the first wipe. I went fighter comp, so I wasn't going to go grind. It's like, alright, I can go get this white mage, I'll get life. I'll get through that. I'll have my whole party all the way through and Kraken 2, like first turn, just punch her right in the face. Okay. Not doing that.
You know Kraken goes for white mages.
I should know better. I don't know, I try and make these not black belt seeds, and every time I do, I lose. So, I guess they're just black belt flags. But
I mean, I've even had trouble getting through Topher with a black belt. My last couple races were sketched, real close. And I think they were both solo black belt on Chaos too.
Yeah,
you probably had
through with the 3 wipes, so this was no different.
And to be honest with you, the knight had Cure 4, didn't he?
He did. So
Yeah.
that's why I decided not to go. I mean, he had the plus strength, meant I could probably get the extra hit on the Masa, which came early. I had Cure 4. I found the defense, found the bonk. I was like, all right, if any knight's going to get through this man mode,
I mean,
it's this one. But
yeah, it was plus 20% hit. So
Yeah, I
definitely could have made it work with some levels.
Yeah, if you noticed, I didn't pick up any spells in the night because I apparently forgot that I had a knight that was a knight. So, yeah, had I actually been paying attention, I probably would not have taken the black belt.
it's just tough with these because you have to decide so early. If you don't start with the master, it's like, all right, I need to open boxes because I need gear for now. But then every box you open it just feels bad if you're going to pivot to the black belt later. So it's, what do you do? And I don't know. I've never got my hand around these flags, really, I guess.
I don't think I have either. Yeah, the boss, I think the boss scaling is 100 to 200. And, that if Kraken to Tier 2 or Chaos roll up, but significantly closer to 200, that's can be real tough for a not black belt party.
Yeah.
Especially if they lead with nuke.
Yeah, with the scaling, with the way things roll out, this was a barn burner of a race, a nail biter, and a butt clencher. So, GG's to both of you.
It was very close and very, very enjoyable to watch.
It has been a long one. How about we jump straight to final thoughts with our winner on stream, Pickles and Beer. Final thoughts, sir. Good sir.
Yeah, just GG's again, Budge, and thank you, Thavian, Ravioli, and Mecklin, as well as Speed Gaming for putting this on. Much appreciated.
And budgemano.
Yeah, I'll just echo the same things Pickle said. GG's to him again, and good luck rest of the tournament. And thanks to everybody who's coming out, manning these races, especially after the all hands on deck for the Tournament of Champions earlier. So, you guys are the real stars here.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the crew for that tournament that just wrapped up. I believe it was 3 people who were in the know, having to drive basically everything. Well, on with this tournament we go. Ravioli, final thoughts from you, my good friend.
It was just great to jump in and calm, get a break from real life and immerse in fantasy, Final Fantasy, that is. What a great randomizer and community.
Indeed it is. If you are interested in joining up with this community, I mentioned FinalFantasyRandomizer.com earlier. There you'll find the randomizer. There you'll find links to the wiki with guides on how to run the randomizer and just the game in general, as well as links to the Discord. You can join up with our Duckling program, where new runners can join up and get training from experienced runners in the community, and even compete in our own Duckling Derby, Duckling Bootcamp, and many other programs in between. But for now, shout outs for tomorrow at 9 p.m. We will have a race between Fryteeth and Wildham in the upper brackets. Keep looking at the speed gaming schedules. We have yet to get a channel for that. And for this evening, I have been Thavian Hawk. With me, Ravioli and Mecklin, GG's to Pickles and Beer, and budgemano. Thank you, speed gaming fans. Have a good evening.